Hello there. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the fourth monthly recap of the fifth cohort of the Kashim Ibrahim Fellowship, also known as the Class of Phoenix. I am Fahad Abubakar Longman, and I am here with my colleagues to share highlights of our KIF January activities with you. In January, we had a speaker series session, a brown bag meeting, an eye-opening emotional intelligence workshop, and a local government tour to Soba. Don't go anywhere. Hi Ochanya.
Hello Fahad.
Would you like to tell our audience about the first speaker series session in 2023?
Of course. January 2023 at KIF started with an interesting trip to the palace of His Royal Highness, the Emir of Zauzau, Malam Ahmed Nuhu Bamali. The Emir's charge on the value of nurturing and maintaining quality relationships, the court sessions, and the tour of the palace were some of the things that stood out for me. We're taking on a rich tour of history and culture around the palace, which houses both newly constructed and renovated pre-colonial buildings with historic significance. From the feedback of others, I could tell that we're all awed by the ambience of the palace and the brilliant display of royalty.
Thank you for sharing, Oshanya. After the first speaker series session, we had an insightful brown bag meeting with the Kaduna State Social Investment Office, KDSG. Ayobami, what was your takeaway from the meeting?
The focal person for KDSG, Mrs. Saudi Amino Atoyebi, who is also the Deputy Chief of Staff and been to the Governor, gave an expose on the agency's mandate, achievements, and challenges. According to her, KDSG was established in January 2020 by His Excellency Malam Nasiru Hamid El-Rufai to uplift the lives and livelihood of the poorest and vulnerable Kaduna citizens. I was particularly impressed by the agency's use of data locally generated from 23 local government areas by KDSG to ensure that all state social interventions impact their intended beneficiaries. I also love the brilliant exit training plan for N-Power beneficiaries to ensure that they meet the demand of the world of work.
Yes, KDSG does fantastic work. Ochanya, we had an emotional intelligence workshop at the Kaduna Business School. What was the highlight of the two-day event for you?
It is important I say that emotional intelligence is a life skill that everyone must have. The workshop gave us the opportunity to analyze instructive philosophical readings that awaken our subconscious. We also watched thought-provoking movies that triggered deep introspection on life and human interactions. The individual and group exercises helped me particularly to unlock new levels of self-awareness which has impacted the way I communicate with others. Let me end with this quote by one of our facilitators, Dr. Darius Sani. It says, "Emotion is a survival capacity that God gave us. Emotions are not intelligent, which is why intelligent was added to it as a coefficient to make it intelligent. Hence, the emotional part of life also deserves education."
The month of January ended with a trip to Soba local government area. Ayobami, please tell us about it.
The Honorable Chairman of Soba, Engineer Suleiman Yahya Richifa, told us about the achievement of his administration in the area of security, education, and infrastructure. Engineer Richifa said he focused on tackling security issues in Soba because the community were prone to land dispute and farmer elder crisis. The Honorable Chairman showed fellows the unique method used to deal with these issues and noted that they had been successful. In the area of education, Honorable Richifa said his administration provided exercise books to schools, continuous assessment registers, tables and chairs, as well as scholarships to many undergraduates who are indigenous of Soba. Fellows were also taken to the community ICT center, fully equipped with over 400 computers used for JAM and WAEC examinations. The chairman emphasized his goal to create employment opportunity by equipping young people in Soba and its environs with ICT skills.
Thank you for sharing, Ayobami. The engagement with Honorable Richifa and his council members is one to remember. And we have come to the end of this episode. Thank you for staying with us. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms to be abreast of all our activities. Until next time, bye.